This morning on 12 News, a severe weather outbreak across Mississippi yesterday with this tornado caught on camera going through Jackson.
It's likely the longest track tornado through Jackson since 2011. We have an in-depth look at Tuesday's tornado outbreak. Now we're focused on recovery. We'll look at the damage across our viewing area.
And we have live team coverage from across the metro this morning, a first-hand look at the current conditions, including a neighborhood where people are still trapped after downed power lines block the way out. Welcome to 12 News at 6:30. I'm Jacob Lanier.
And I'm meteorologist Jacob Lanier.
And I'm Chloe Ortega. Thanks for joining us.
Our top story this morning, tornadoes swept across Mississippi yesterday, including right here in the Jackson metro.
And I know a lot of us heard the sirens, but before I even heard the siren, I got an emergency notification on my phone.
Yep, that warning went out at just around 2:35, Chloe and Jade. So most of the metro had about 10 to 15 minutes to seek shelter, and that lead time was critical. And you know, as soon as we got that in from the National Weather Service, I posted that out on all of our platforms. And Jade, you actually saw that and took shelter.
Yes, I saw your tweet. The tornado was right over my house in Fondren, and I took shelter with my dog. And this is what it looked like on the ground in Fondren as the tornado passed through. Just a violent storm, and there were more like it across the state yesterday. And Jacob, you actually mapped out the track of the tornado.
Yeah, that's right, Jade. We're still waiting on the National Weather Service official survey and storm strength track, but using our radar and the damage reports, I was able to give an estimated or rough timeline of what happened yesterday as the tornado moved through the metro. Again, right after 2:30 is when it touched down, and that's when the warning went out, right as it hit the ground near Brownsville. That's north of Bolton, north of Clinton, and then it tracked over Highway 49, crossing the Natchez Trace near Cynthia, just north of the Presidential Hills neighborhood, around 2:40, and then it tracked right across I-220 into the heart of Jackson. By 2:50, the tornado was on the ground in Fondren, North Jackson, that north side road and drive area. That was hit hard near Briarwood, moving towards Eastover. It crossed two interstates and then crossed the river towards Flowood. By nearly 3 o'clock, it had crossed Lakeland Drive at the Luckney area, just north of the airport, and continued on the ground all the way into Brandon, the north and east side of towns. And I think it lifted somewhere around Interstate 20 on the east side of town as you head towards the east. So just an incredibly long track storm. This was likely all one tornado that went from Brownsville through Fondren, North Jackson, Northeast Jackson into Flowood and Brandon, and that track would be around 30 miles. The National Weather Service going to confirm all of that information with us today, and they got a lot to survey. We had wind damage in nearly every county across central Mississippi. I'll show you where we also had some other tornadoes possible, and I'll look at a calmer weather forecast in a few minutes.
And let's take a look at traffic on our Waze traffic map. This is the stack in Jackson. Green means all clear and no accidents to report. And this is a live look at I-20 west of Highway 18. Traffic moving along just fine there.
Our top story this morning, a tornado outbreak across Mississippi, leaving widespread damage across the Jackson metro.
Now that the storms have passed, we're getting a better look at what the damage looks like across the state. And let's start in Jackson, where 12 News' Kate Cornell joins us live down the road from an apartment complex that could be getting some much needed help from the Red Cross. Kate, good morning.
Jade, good morning. Look around me. I'm in front of Family Dollar Tree on Briarwood Drive, and you can see there is so much damage. I mean, I'm talking branches, leaves all over the place. And down the street, like you said, there are a couple of apartment complexes that had to deal with the same thing yesterday. Briarwood Park Apartments is one of those complexes, and now parts of it are without a roof. And just across the street is Waverly Park Apartments, which also did sustain quite a bit of damage. This storm hit right before 3 p.m. and it left quite a few neighbors in a bind.
The wind, it was great, and it was just turning up around and around, and it started getting real hard. And then me and my brother, we was scared.
We'll be focused on weather for the rest of the day, and a couple of people who did lose their roof in Briarwood Apartments will be put up by the Red Cross for the time being. Live in Jackson, Kate Cornell, 12 News.
Thanks, Kate. At least 2 tornadoes swept through Rankin County yesterday. Check out this monster storm wall and funnel cloud caught on camera by a 12 News viewer around 10 a.m. This video was taken from Highway 18 near Johns. The other tornado that hit Rankin County, the same one that went through Jackson, also tore through Brandon yesterday. For more on that, we turn to 12 News' Anna Farish, who joins us live. Anna, now that it's getting light out, what can you see?
Well, Chloe, it is very evident that these power lines are still down here blocking in neighbors that live at the Legacy community here in East Brandon. You can see the lines are still sprawled across these trees and bushes that have come down yesterday. We've also got cones out here warning neighbors that if they are trying to come out this morning, that it is still blocked and not safe. Now, I was told just a few moments ago by a repairman, he said, an electrician who says that this is still not a safe area. The ground has yet to be tested, so these power lines still have the potential for some dangers here. Crews were out here yesterday, if you could believe it or not, these trees blocking the roadway. So crews were out here just after the tornado passed over. Storm Team 12 estimates that was around 3 p.m. Those trees were cleared off of the roadway, so people are passing this morning, but they are going to be met with some debris on the roads. You can see a lot of these larger pieces are kind of flying off the roadways as people continue to travel this morning. So you want to be aware of that if you do have to come down Highway 80 near Legacy Drive. Now, again, these are these power lines that are blocking the Legacy community here in East Brandon. We're going to continue to keep you updated on damage across the metro this morning. I'm Anna Farish. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Anna. Over in Northeast Jackson, we talked to a homeowner who says she's thankful for her friends and family after they stepped in to help her remove a tree that fell through her house. She tells us the tree left significant damage and it's not going to be easy to rebuild.
That because the tree is completely through my house on that side, messing up the master bedroom and then a guest bedroom.
The homeowner says her friends also worked quickly to try to prevent a second tree from falling onto her house from the other side.
The damage could also be seen in downtown Jackson, including right in front of the state capitol, where trees fell across the capitol lawn. Warren County didn't dodge the severe weather either. You can see Cherry Street right here in Vicksburg, down power lines across the street, and we're told there are similar scenes across the city. Mayor George Flaggs tells us the crews worked through the night to restore power in the city.
And we got a lot of viewer submitted photos and videos throughout the day yesterday. Take a look at some of those, starting in Attala County. Take a look at these pictures of a giant funnel cloud over Kosciuszko. Wow, just some remarkable photos. We don't know yet if a tornado touched down in the area, but we did get reports yesterday of downed trees across Highway 14.
Over in Ridgeland, Paula Bailey snapped these photos of a large tree that fell on a home. These are from Central Avenue.
And the tornado that passed through Flowood likely caused this chimney to be blown clean off the roof of this house. This photo is from Kathy Reed in Flowood's Laurel subdivision.
Over in Madison County, a viewer snapped this photo of a funnel cloud near Canton. It was taken off Matthews Drive around 2:30 Tuesday afternoon. That storm likely caused the roof of Mississippi Barbecue in Canton to be blown across Highway 51. You can see the roof there stuck in the tree across the street.
The National Weather Service is confirming that a tornado touched down in Lee County yesterday, causing widespread damage from Lena to Madden. Now, these pictures show the damage over near Walnut Grove.
The same line of storms that brought tornadoes to Jackson also brought similar storms across the South yesterday, with severe weather in Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, and Texas. Texas was hammered with heavy rain, hail, and several tornadoes. You can see the shocking storms here. We're told 8 people across the state were hospitalized with injuries, but right now, no deaths are confirmed.
Now to an update to a breaking story out of Hattiesburg, where a plane crashed into a home late last night. This just in, we've learned that 4 people died in the crash. Happened around 11 p.m. We're told a small civilian plane crashed into a house on Annie Christie Drive, killing 4 people and setting the house on fire. At this time, the surrounding area, Edward Street from Barkley Road to Collins Street, is closed off. Stay with us throughout the day as we learn more on this breaking story.
Your time right now is 6:39, and coming up on 12 News, sad news out of Biloxi. The baby shot in a standoff on I-10 Monday has died from his injuries. We'll break down exactly what led to the shootout.
And as you head out the door this morning, expect cloudy skies, but gradually we'll be clearing out. Sunshine returns this afternoon. I'm tracking a bit cooler temperatures, though, coming up next.
But first, here are last night's Cash 3 numbers. They are 7, 3, and 4.
And here are your winning Mega Millions numbers. Good luck. Thank you for watching 12 News.